Green crab. Scientific name, Curnus manus.
Green crabs are very aggressive and territorial. They reach up to 15 centimeters long and have two claws of different sizes. Instead of hiding from threats, the green crab rushes towards them. Green crabs can survive out of water for several days. They primarily feed on shellfish and other crustaceans. Green crabs reproduce quickly. They produce 175,000 eggs per year.
They primarily live in Nova Scotia and Newfoundland on the eastern coast. In the early 1800s, when believed they traveled on boats from Europe, they recently showed up in Newfoundland waters. They quickly adapted and expanded in their new environment. The green crab poses a threat to ecological environments. They also pose a threat to the marine ecosystem. They are voracious predators feeding on oysters, mussels, clams, and juvenile clams. These species are the ones that change the balance in the ecosystem between the other species and the ecosystem and impact their diversity. It has a huge appetite and fierce competition with other species. Green crabs are competitive with native crabs and lobsters for food and shelter, which they reduce the number of species harvest. The green crab harmed the marine agriculture industry because of its appetite for molecules.
The green crab changes the balance between species in the ecosystems and impacts their diversity. The green crab is such an efficient predator that it outcompetes native crab species for food. It is known to disrupt eelgrass beds and produce habitat for many juvenile fish species and can destroy beds of bivalve shellfish. The green crab threatens mollusks, crustaceans, and fish because of its large numbers, its huge appetite, and its fierce competition with other species. There are lots of them because of warmer waters and lack of predators attacking them. In August 2013, it became such a problem that marinists called in a scientist to do a complete coastal analysis of the issue. This species harms the marine aquaculture industry because of its huge appetite for mollusks.
How these crabs are being eradicated is a trap that was invented by a fisherman, was used to catch more than 2 million green crabs from one estuary over a few years. Since then, eelgrass in that estuary has recovered about 34%, and soft-shell clam population are on the rise, while the second estuary remains mostly bare beneath the surface. Although this procedure is helpful, this just slows down their population rate and doesn't eradicate them completely.
Female green crabs, which delay molting, become red-colored rather than green. The red crabs are stronger and more aggressive, and they are less tolerant of the environmental stresses, such as low salinity. The green crabs can survive out of water for several days.